So, Coach, just your thoughts on Buffalo. They went 3-0 in their opening MAC series.
Yeah, obviously they're riding a little bit of momentum from the last weekend with Eastern. We're just trying to concentrate on one game at a time, get that first game of the series, and then hopefully continue to do well. We're playing really well right now, so I'm looking forward to the weekend for sure.
Speaking of momentum, you guys just won 13-2 over UIC yesterday. You had 13 runs on 12 hits and only committed 2 errors. Would you say your batting is kind of into midseason form?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've got 2 run rule games out of our last 3 games. When you're doing that, you're doing something right offensively. We're being aggressively patient at the plate, so we're swinging early when we need to. But yesterday they were having a little bit of control problems, and I think we drew like 6 or 7 walks out of that. So that was good to see. We didn't have a single strikeout yesterday either, which is something that you can always improve on as a hitting rotation. So when you're doing those types of things, it's going well. The top of our order is pretty hard to get out right now.
Pitching wise, Keegan put up 2 good innings yesterday. Alex put up 1 good inning, and Mackenzie did what she needed to do. Would you say that the pitching has gotten a lot better since the beginning of the season?
I think they're settling into their roles. I think they're understanding that it's just get through the inning and then let's see what happens in the next one and try to get through that one and move on. Alex has done a fantastic job in relief, and I think she's starting to own that role of being able to come in and be the middle person. We're kind of using a baseball mentality right now. We've got our starter, we've got our middle person, and then we've got another closer if we need it. So they work together in that role, but they set each other up that way because they're so different as pitchers. So it's tough when you're the opposing team and you're hitting a different pitcher every at-bat.
And now Buffalo's pitcher, I can't remember her first name, but her last name is Power. She just earned MAC Pitcher of the Week. Thoughts on that, possibly facing her in like the first or the second or the third game?
Yeah, they got 2 pitchers doing pretty well. He's consistently kind of rotating those 2 players. Still got to watch a little bit more film on them to figure that out. But, they're going to be a different team. They've got different coaching staff. They've got different – we haven't played them in 2 or 3 years. So, that we're just not familiar with them as much as some of the other teams in the MAC. So I think it's going to take us a game to kind of get used to who the new Buffalo is and what that kind of looks like. But, we're kind of ready for anybody. We're just kind of concentrating on having good at-bats, put good pitches in play, and see what happens.
Yeah, I just did some research this morning. Coach Roberts, that whole entire staff, first season. Now defensively, you guys have seen improvement. Have you seen different players? I know you like to move around a lot of your players. Have you seen some players that have just like settled into a position?
We do move our infield around quite a bit. Our outfield's, for the most part, pretty stable right now. Wingerter's kind of playing a really good right field, so we're probably going to go with that for a little bit. But it just depends who's catching. If Kira's catching, it's a different infield than when Becca's catching. So it kind of relies on that and what we're trying to do behind the plate with that. I think they've gotten comfortable with the fact they're going to play multiple positions. I think early on they wanted to settle into one in particular position and focus strictly on that, but I think now they've gotten that out and they're realizing they're going to have to bump around and go where we need them accordingly.
Speaking of Mickelson and Wingerter, what have you seen, and Mackenzie actually, what have you seen out of your freshmen that you have not seen before?
Our freshmen as an entire class have a lot of talent. They're going to do some great things here. I'm really excited about their progress, how quick they've kind of picked up and gotten along. They've still got to learn the game a lot more than what they currently know, but from a talent level and from a growth standpoint within that, they're doing some really good things and obviously getting some quality playing time.